Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody. Welcome back into the Dragon's Den. My name's Digital Dragon. I'm a 3D printing variety streamer here on Twitch. Sorry about moving the camera a little bit. Hope everybody's doing well today. I'm going to try and sit down for a good portion of the day, and I will probably be talking a little bit softer than normal. My throat's a little bit of a wreck right now. Hey, Free Heathen, how's it going? Welcome on in. Yes, he makes prototypes. He takes parts in beta tests, things like that. Yes, yes, yes. Sorry, I'm kind of a little not as hyped. So for those of you that don't know, I did contract COVID positive Wednesday morning, and I felt like I mistakenly got in front of shenanigans and rolled over me with a truck. Um, Not that he would do that by any means. That's what it felt like. I was fine Thursday or Tuesday. Went to a doctor's appointment, all that good stuff. Went into the office for a couple of hours, came back home, and woke up Wednesday morning and had just been pile driven. So I've been trying to relax and take it easy the last couple of days. Um, I am on some meds that seem to be helping. If I start coughing too much though, I will cut the stream. I don't want to wreck my voice and my yeah, me too, Chew. I hope the worst is behind me. That smart guy, you know. Gotcha. Hey, Papa Bear Yell Nuts, how's it going? Feel a little bit better. For those of you that know, we are a huge, massive proponent of coffee on this. Is not coffee. A little string out here. Drinking nothing but tea, non-caffeinated tea, since I got sick as well. So been trying to, yeah, because coffee just makes it even worse. But I've been trying to stay hydrated, lots of water, lots of like uh, Gatorade and stuff like that, and tea to help soothe the throat. So hot toddy. But yeah, so that's kind of what's been going on. I've literally been living out of the recliner downstairs. I haven't watched TV. I haven't done much of anything. Thrown YouTube videos on and woke up to a completely different video going on, which is great. Um, you're like, what? Not even the same topic. Like, what's going on here? But yeah, I've just tried to listen to my body and sleep a bunch. And, hey, Tech Jeeper, welcome on. Miss Wizzix. And hey, Glendon, how's it going? Good morning. Yeah, this is a little bit different for me just because, like I said, I got COVID on Wednesday. Well, I did not stream on Thursday. Was starting to feel marginally better yesterday, though I've been coughing. Seems like a lot more the last couple of days, but it's dry, um, non-productive. That's good and bad. You too have been sick for you. Then, well, I hope you feel better as well. And as your significant other has said to me, and I'm going to relate it to you as well, is don't push it. Body, relax. The community will be here. They understands. Um, like I said, I have not done a whole lot. Um, I have been printing some stuff. Um, Not a lot, but it's more of I started like I've got what three, three or four things. Got the armor set, the E11 or E11 blaster, the bolter, the storm bolter, the chain sword. So I've got 5 projects that still need to be assembled, sanded, and painted. And so what did I do? Started printing a sixth. I could not help it. Galactic Armory put out about their. Let me see if I can get into here real fast. And show you this. I was just like, yep, it's got what looks like dragon wings. Let me see if I can get in here, and I'll show you an image real fast. But it's the um, Warhammer 40K Space Marines 2 uh, Night Lord's helmet. So getting all these notifications. This list. And if Pez is here, good morning, Pez. Back to my there we go. That would be why. Apparently, I have 2 different Patreon accounts, 2 different emails. That makes a difference. Okay, sorry about that. I have no positive advice. I will work myself to the bone. I'm not the best. Exactly. Exactly. Um, yeah, just one more won't hurt. Eventually, what it is I can't get some stuff done right now because I'm waiting on the weather to get better. But this is the new helmet that I started printing out because dragon wings, like it literally does look like dragon wings. Um, they like to skin people alive. Yeah, I need to go through and really get caught up on the lore of this particular chapter. Um, Big Marines is how. Oh, there's too many. Like I got to do Blood Angels, Dark Angels. I've got to do Flesh Terrors. There's so many more in the Blood Angel game that I can do as well. Yeah. Okay, I could see it that could look like Batwing, but to me it looked like Dragon Wing. All good. Hey, Royal Nomi, welcome in. Hey, Zombie, how's it going? Hopefully you don't have that much of a drive today, but yeah, I'm starting to feel a little bit better, feel more like the human race, but yeah. And so you're looking at this and you're going, wow, how's that being printed? Well, if this other one will load up, you'll see the exploded view. So lots and lots of parts. I've got the top dome done. I think I just got the bottom round parts done. This front piece and the wings are done. Oh wow, I might have like all of it done. Yeah, I think I might have the whole helmet done now. I just have to start putting it together. So yeah, that's going to be cool. Um, 18 main chapters and hundreds. Yeah, it's the second, third foundings and stuff like that where they broke up the original legiones. Yeah, it's crazy season for illness. Like I said, I'm starting to feel better. Luckily, I found it like immediately and called into my doctor, and without even having to go in, based on the picture I sent them of my test, they said yep, and they prescribed me Paxlovid stuff, and so far it's worked well. The body aches are gone, which is a godsend. Because if you've ever had like major flu or stuff like that, then you'll know that whenever you get the flu or anything that bad, your entire body just aches. The lexicon, definitely have to look into that. But they are back. They survived the takedown notice. Patreon did agree that the group that had done it was not Games Workshop, and once um, Galactic Armory pushed back, the next step would have been for them to file suit, and of course they can't file suit on behalf of Games Workshop. So um, they were allowed to uh, put everything back up. So, and as I was telling Free Heathen the other day, they said they had 48 hours to take everything down. So as soon as I got that email, I ran upstairs and downloaded like all of the Warhammer stuff that they had online. Um, Old man's on tail end of RSV. Bacterial pneumonia, flu, and bronchial. Yeah, I that's my biggest fear with my asthma and stuff. Like I would get a cold and I would get a cold and normally you get the head cold and stuff, and I would start to feel that tingling right back here, and that was the sign. If it dropped anywhere from here down to like the top of my chest, done, I'm going to the hospital, right? Wednesday morning, I woke up and I woke up kind of shifted just a little bit, and that's all it took. And I coughed, and I felt like I cracked my sternum. It hurts. And right now, there's still pain like right here. So I have been like methodically checking my temperature, my blood pressure, my pulse ox, so my blood oxygenation level, right? Because of my history of asthma, anything like this could put me in the hospital in a heartbeat. So, that's where I've been kind of really paying attention and taking it. And even with work, like I popped into a couple of meetings at work and they were like, "We weren't expecting you." I'm like, "I didn't want you to expect me. I'm I'm awake and I'm out of the brain fog for like 5 minutes, so I'm just going to sit here and listen in." And that was it. It was just really to listen in and get some uh, try and maintain some situational awareness of stuff that's going on. But I do want to show you a couple of things. See if I can bring this up here. Okay. So other than still having the long bed wires, which I'm going to keep until I decide what I'm going to do here, it's fine for now. I still have this, standard ender wiring for the power. That's cool. I've got the rear plate reprinted and laid in place. I do have the fan in the bottom of this side plugged into the third fan outlet. And this one, I printed it, and I didn't like the positioning of the fan itself, and I had screwed something up on one of the constraints. So when I made a change, it didn't move all the fan. So if that made sense in the sketch, so I had to go in and modify the sketch, and then I still did the same thing. Like this side that's on the print bed looks beautiful. This side is the top side, and I'm still fighting some, I don't know if it's over extrusion or if it's from just having a couple of layers of infill at 10%. Not sure what, but I'm still not getting a good top surface here, as you can see. What I should have done was flipped it on the build plate so that the bad side would have been facing down anyhow. But this is secured through the top with some locking nuts on the bottom. And it's wide open right now. When Mrs. Dragon's out today, okay, when Mrs. Dragon's out today, she's going to stop by the dollar store and pick up some black nylon stockings, cheap nylon stockings. And I'm just going to cut a piece. I'll take this back off and I'll glue it to the bottom and reinstall the fan. That way we'll have a slight nylon covering right there. And that will keep anything from dropping down directly into the fan blades. But all we'd have to do is connect this up, and this piece will slide in and lay down right there, and we'll have a nice clean looking top plate, and everything will be enclosed, and then we'll have to configure the two fans. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Papa Bear. So I went and I increased the number of layers to 5. The solid top layers to 5, thinking, okay, it could just be that it's picking up some of the sag and stuff as it's doing that first interface layer. And it's still coming out a little rough. Now, once again, this is a 0.6 nozzle, and it's just the default 0.6 profile in Orca for a rat rig. So, yep, that's kind of where it's at. So I need to get the 4 T-nuts installed, and then I can go ahead and work on trying to get this down there. Now, once again, once that's done, what else do we have to do? We need to figure out permanent wiring for our bed. That needs to be done. And I really want to put a reverse bowden spot here for our bowden tube, and then mount, CAD up some type of spool holder over on the side here. Wife's had a cold for a week, then had to have an emergency now yesterday. Oh, that sucks. No one expected. Um, yeah, well, and the weird thing is like last weekend, Friday, we went and played D&D, and then Sunday we got up and me, uh, Mrs. Dragon, and Evil Diesel went to breakfast like every Sunday, and then me and Evil Diesel went and did this big D&D epic for Raven Fest, is Raven Forge Games annual whatchamacallit, their annual charity fundraiser for some local family program. And, you know, didn't think anything of it. I know I was feeling kind of drained and had Mrs. Dragon pick me up early, but was feeling fine Monday and Tuesday. And then Wednesday just felt like I got run over. Burn the heretic, kill the mutant, purge young. Yep. Was the one lately. I was reading a lot of the Death Watch stuff, and it's Suffer Not the Xenos to Live or something like that. So the Death Watch is Space Marines from different chapters that basically they're like this crazy special ops team. It's Space Marines from different chapters that come together, get additional training and small group tactics with different chapter members, and then they get put into kill teams of like 5 or 6. They're part of the Ordos Xenos, actually, um, and they go out and they do these big uh, missions, and they're basically going out and doing uh, special ops kill missions, basically. And they wear all black armor. The left pauldron is the Death Watch symbol. The right pauldron is the only thing that shows their chapter heraldry. Everything else is black. And they've got special, uh, like it's I don't want to say experimental, but it's like next tier level armor and um, like bolters, storm bolters, what have you. Like, I'm not sure how you would ever do this, but they have silenced bolt rounds. Now, if you know anything about bolters, Warhammer 40,000 bolters, they're not bullets. They're miniature missiles. Like, they are rocket propelled rounds, mass reactive rounds. They hit, they puncture, and then they explode. Um, so it's, yeah. Yep. These both advanced tech, and they've also been known to use Xenos tech, even though they're, you know, not to suffer the Xenos and kill the Xenos. Those sound like models you could paint. Yeah, all black would be easy. Makes it a lot easier, doesn't it? All black with silver, like I said, the left pauldron would have the silver iconography for the Death Watch. And then the right shoulder pauldron is the only thing it would have like standard chapter markings on it. Bolter. Um, but yeah, that's kind of all I've been doing. A lot of sleeping, a lot of just relaxing. Um, I did try and set some things up. So depending on your subscriber status, how long you've been subscribing, you may start seeing a new badge option. Check out in chat. In chat you can shuffle through different badges, like if had founding member, or if you've done the choo choo train a lot, gifted a lot of things, have the different um, badges that you can put on there, sub badges. You might want to look. There might be some new. I tried to upload some new emotes, but Twitch is being. You can't see the new emotes yet. I'm trying to slowly incorporate the new stuff that I got from Daisy. And I am definitely going to be. Sorry about that. I'm definitely going to be posting stuff on Twitch, or not Twitch, Twitter, X, whatever, about her and all the support. Yeah, and the folks that go to the Death Watch, they are the elites their chapter, like they're selected from their chapter to be sent to the Death Watch to be seconded to the Death Watch. And it truly means seconded. So in that case, that's the hardest part, is the Death Watch and their kill team takes precedence over their chapter. So think about that. You've been indoctrinated and everything, and turned into this big metahuman, and you've been fighting with your chapter for sometimes uh, hundreds of years, right? And then you get seconded to the Death Watch, and you're expected to just, my chapter's my chapter, my Death Watch is my. It's, as I was reading through, I was like, there's some struggles there, and having gone through the military, yeah, I get it. There's some struggles there. Yep. Okay, so yeah, that's all I've got. I guess I can try and see if we can't get this lined up and get this installed. Really, I am only going to stream as long as my voice and my body will allow me. As soon as it starts to tell me stop, we're stopping. I just, no need to push it. Give me 1 second. I wonder. Okay. Okay. So there's a couple of ways you can do the fan because your controller fans are most likely going to be controlled the same way. Um, I really hope I got the mic on that. You can do these into a 2-to-1, either a Y adapter cable or using one of the kind of like the 3-into-1 JST connectors. Uh, First did these on an LDO build, and I love these. Um, and it just allows you to connect two fans into one output. It's a lot easier. Hey, MTB Matt J, come on in. So what I have done on a couple of my builds is I've just taken these, plugged them into two more fan outputs, making sure that they're configured for the right voltage and that they're pinned out the right way. And then it's all just configuring in software. Now what I have to do is slide this in here, sure that that's out of the way, and then we'll work on getting our our poles lined up here so that we can mount the sides. I'm mounting these with M3x8 button head screws. And the fun part is because these the joys of these roll-in T-nuts is that because they're not the V slot that we're putting them in is oversized, right? Because it's cheap Chinese. So rather than staying flat, they have a tendency to roll to one side. And when it rolls to one side, then it becomes even harder to try and get things aligned. So what I'm going to try and do here is just work my way around and get these lined up. And yeah, like this one, it started to roll over on its side, which once again makes it a lot harder to line up. And that's not even going to line up. I have enough side distance. So that's going to be left open. So that could be something in my CAD file not right that's causing that alignment. And I'm tightening these down and then backing them back off to give me a little bit of play so that I can move it around and adjust it a little bit. And this is going to be the hard one. It's trying to find getting this centered. And this is where having the bed kind of in the way. So I have to shove my head over here. 3 out of the 4 isn't bad. Like I said, this is spacing wise something is a little off and it's not um, lining up with the trough over here. Pop this plastic off and slide that back out. Sit there and make rattling noises on us. Here we go. We're back in business. Um, we got that part done. We need a reverse bowden mount that we can do on a 2020. Relatively easy to find. Second. Hope y'all are doing well. Button head 8mm. So as you can see, we've got a pretty nice, like I said, the top finish isn't 100%. It would have made sense to flip it over and do the top side on the build plate because we know we are guaranteed to have that nice looking finish. Um, we got the new mount done up here, and I can't use the overhead camera because I had this is the extension cable for that one, and I'm gonna have this off to do a video for somebody who's having issues getting their ret rigs. But this new mount allowed us to mount our H2 V2S Lite a little bit nicer. Got our X-end stop on the side here, fixed our BL Touch. We've got all that squared away. The other thing that we could potentially do here, and let me turn this around. Come up there. So on the front two lead screws, the anti-backlash is at the bottom. This would not mount and allow the anti-backlash to come here. But what I didn't think of is, can I take this, flip it over, and I just realized that this does have cutouts on the side. So this is the proper orientation for this. So it's either take the anti-backlash nut out and just run it as a standard T-nut, or leave it in, just know that we've got like about an 1/8 inch, so like 2.5, 3 millimeters of clearance from this bottoming out. So if we ever get too out of kilter, we want to try and get it as level as possible before we start the cycle. Otherwise, we could jam it up against the back here. But yeah, I think that's where we're at. Everything was working well until I'll say, snap the heat brake. So we had to do some more work on this. Got these things and didn't bother to actually start using one. Mucinex sore throat lozenge with pain relief. Oh, that would have been good to be aware of earlier. Elderberry and wild cherry flavor. How's everybody doing today? I know I've got more in here than just free then. Hope everybody's doing well. Um, let's take a quick gander up. Let's just do a quick look out on printables. First book. All we need is something like this. Don't need anything really crazy. Just need a simple reverse bowden mount, close to the printer as possible. Life a lot easier. I don't even know why I'm looking down that far. (2020) PC4 M6. I think I have a few of those around here. Good morning, Bexy Beans. How are you today? Scared him with my nerd powers. Getting ready to take Mrs. for a shopping trip. Nice. Thanks, Glendon. Yeah, I'm trying to mend. Like I said, this is not going to be a long stream today. It's really just we'll call it a proof of life stream. Um, and just I don't want to waste my voice all in one shot. So. And like I said, I did add some animated no, the animated emotes there was an issue with, and I'm reaching back over to Daisy to try and determine why. Because, well, I know why. Twitch says that there's too many frames in it. Own it to 60 frames. But I did upload some new subscriber badges. So depending on how long you've been subscribed, you should be able to get a cute subscriber badge. I did just down. I will I will try this. Um, and we shall see. Um, we'll see if it'll work at a 0.6. I'll also print over on the bamboo on a 0.4. Good morning, Tech Cheaper. Sweet, sweet dragon, do you not owe us a proof of live stream? Oh, you do not. Do what you got to do. Know that we will wait forever for you. Oh, thank you, Beans. Knows it's the beans. Yep, it's the beans. What am I trying to do? What was that? I have the, yeah, I do. Sorry, folks. No, I'm the hell. Devices, Dragoon 1. Why the hell are you listing that as PLA? Talking. Sorry about that. Am I running any Cookie CAD? I have run some Cookie CAD. We were running Cookie CAD in this when it did its burble. But I also ran Cookie CAD for the LH Stinger parts, which was a Cookie CAD ABS. So, all right, what is going on? One, something here. Okay, seeing things. Why are you not talking? Thinking the filament type. I am at a loss. weird. I don't know why it's not like automatically updating the AMS filaments. Ugh. Down here, we'll come back over to the main view. You guys don't want to watch that print. Yeah, we're going to print out a couple of versions. One will be on the bamboo at a 0.4 nozzle. I think it was 2 something layer height. And the other is going to be on the rat rig at a 0.6 nozzle at a 0.25 layer. We're just going to see what it looks like and what it takes, how, yeah. We'll take the better of the two and do it that way. Didn't take long either way. I mean, it's a pretty small part. Hey, Robotech, how's it going? Welcome in. We're just kind of chatting and chilling a little bit today. I'm recovering from COVID. It hit me really hard on Wednesday. I haven't worked the last 3 days. I barely felt like I've been alive for the last 3 days. Trying out a couple of things. We got both the bottom deck panels installed here. We've got a inlet fan, and then there's an outlet fan at the back on the bottom. So we're inletting into this front chamber, and there's a pass-through at the top here, and then there's the tunnel full of wires that will allow that air to move around and get sucked back down out of the bottom. So, and while my wife is out today, she's going to stop by the general store and see about getting me some black nylon that I will put on I'll take the panel back off, take the fan off, glue some nylon on, put the fan back on. That way there's a little bit of a dust cover right there. Yeah, it does suck. Wednesday and Thursday, I just pretty much played dead in the recliner. Started feeling a little bit better Thursday afternoon. Friday, not as much, but I was still having some brain fog. Today so far, I've felt pretty good. Haven't had much brain fog, but I am still doing that dry heaving cough, which is why I'm sitting here sucking on a Mucinex, which apparently a dose of this is 2 of these every 2 hours. Like, oh, that's great. Been drinking a lot of tea with honey. You want to build a printer, but there's so much to learn first. Fully understand that. And that's where we all started. When I started out, when I first started out, my first printer was a TiVo Tarantula. And the design of that printer makes an Ender 3 look like a Prusa. Okay. The Ender 3 with the 4040 rails and everything, with the CNC slotted pre-drilled and tapped so that everything's going to line up pretty darn close. The biggest thing you got to do is make sure that your uprights are 90 degrees in all three directions and plumb. The TiVo is build your frame, put that frame on a cross member basically, and it's rickety. But you will see that this year because we'll bring it back and we'll tear it all down and rebuild it from scratch again. Because I still have it. It's what got me started. It's how I learn about things. And these days, I mean, it's real easy just to go and get a bamboo or a prusa fully assembled. Hell, even the K1C that's right here, right? We took it out of the box. It was less than 10 minutes and we were starting our first print, right? If you look at the Prusa Core 1 that just released, that everybody was posting their videos and streams on yesterday. Literally, you pull it out of the box, you take out a couple of pieces of cardboard that are holding the tool head centered, put the bed in. The bed's not secured down. You just put the spring steel sheet on, mount the screen, plug in the power, and start. It's really quick and simple. You got a tarantula dual head. Yeah, there you go, Tech Jeeper. Yeah, mine was always a single head, but it's always had some type of modification to it. So yeah, we're gonna play the homage to it, but we are going to like put a newer board on it, put clipper on it, stuff like that. Tinkering with your 2.4 350 all week. Upgraded the tool head to a rapid burner with UHF nozzle. Try and dial it in. Having very inconsistent inconsistent. Okay. Well, inconsistent layer lines would be extrusion related and potentially a partial clog. That's what you'd want to be looking at. Make sure that your first couple of things is make sure that just mechanically, when you say give me 100 millimeters, it gives you 100 millimeters. Check your E-step. Once you have your E-steps dialed in, do an extrusion multiplier test, which are filament independent or filament dependent. So each different filament, and I mean each different pool of filament, could have different extrusion multiplier values, even if it's the same material from the same vendor. Now, I don't chase that. If it's primarily a PLA printer, then I figure out a good PLA and let it go. I don't really mess between manufacturers and stuff like that unless I start seeing. Then I will redo my extrusion. Sorry about that. If you do that and it's still looking wonky, get yourself some of the acupuncture needles and try and see coming up from a nozzle with heat, see if there's anything that seems to be like catching or something. Like do a retract, get your filament out of there, and just try and run a acupuncture needle up from the bottom and see if it's pulling anything out with it. Could just be that you got a partial clog. If you've been running a lot of filled filament, whether it's carbon fiber filled, glass fiber filled, some sparkles, stuff like that. It could just be that you've got some debris in there and a partial clog. So I would work on those things. But beyond that, this was printing, this was working. While we're waiting for the PTFE reverse bowden tube, let's go ahead and plug this back in. And we'll let this come back up. And we'll try and take a look at turning these fans on. Here's our EnderXY. We need to come into our printer config to get it set up. Now, one thing that I want to do, take a look at Iron Dragon. The Iron Dragon is the trident over here in the corner. And I want to take a look at her because I feel like I may have done the same thing with hands over, where I basically set up each controller fan separately, right? So these are the 60-20 fans on the side. There's one going into one pin. Here's one going into another pin. This is basically what I'm looking at here, is grabbing this stuff. Because I'm a big fan of copy paste. Why try and remember your setup if you don't have to? There's the solar fan setup. What I'm going to do is copy paste that in. That will come out. Now, what I need to do is figure out what the pins are. So we need to come look up our BTT Octopus GitHub. These are the pinouts we're going to need, and I'm going to need the fan pinouts. So we're into 3 and 4 here. I need to find the 3 and 4, which I cannot see on this diagram. See if we can't make this a little bit easier to read. And then I'll have to still walk over here. Old man eyes. PD12 and PD13. PD12 and PD13. BT12, BT13. Look at that. It's almost like the other one had a, like Iron Dragon had a octopus board in it as well. So things came up, and the way the controller fans are set, they're set to heater. So as soon as we apply this one, that is there, good. Hey, good, everything worked. I will pick you up and bring you guys over here. So the way these are configured is based on the heater. So anytime the hot end or the bed kick on, these will kick on or should kick on. So what I'm going to do, come up to the dashboard. We're just going to tell the tool head to heat up. And our fan came on. And once again, there's no grill over here, so I got to be careful I don't stick my hand right there. But this is basically blowing directly down on the MCU for the Octopus. So you can see our Octopus board is at 27. Our BTT Pi is at 38. And I am feeling air coming out the bottom. We're seeing the temperature fluctuate for the BTT Pi. But there we go. We've got controller fans working. We really need to get some type of grill. Maybe I can just print one of the grills and mount the grill on top and be done with it. Well, who knows? We'll figure something out here shortly. Go ahead and turn that off. And this should run for a period of time. Yeah, I'd say I grabbed the TiVo Tarantula. There's so much stuff on it's not going to be a workable thing for. Let's come back over here and we're going to do the dreaded thing. Things are working, so let's do the upgrade all because that's always a good idea. All we really need to do is update these stuff. We'll update the system. I tend to upgrade Moonraker. Where people run into issues is updating Clipper. If you update Clipper, it could be a point where you have to also update the firmware on your motherboard and any other boards. So I finally, using Esoterical, I've been able to get some good reliable updates on my CAN bus boards without any problem. But in the past, every time I did that, I wound up like going through the entire CAN bus setup process versus just doing an update. Clipper 416 to 418. Unless there is something in Clipper in that update that you need, don't kill yourself. Don't bother. And when you come over here and look at this one, it's been sitting here for a while. So you'll see a lot of number changes in like the ASC software. Crow's Nest looks like it has a decent update. Clipper, there's a lot of commits to update. So when I go to do this will be more of a pain in the butt. And the fear for this is I'm running a Nighthawk stealth burner, I believe. No, am I? I don't think I am. Not on this one. Serial for the board. Yeah, SB2209. So a CAN bus toolhead board and the AFC light board or MMB that I'm using in here. I think this one might still be on an M. Um, you're going to have to most likely update Clipper on when you do that big jump like that, which is 100 plus commit. So yeah, this is an MMB. And the downside of doing Clipper on like an MMB board, you got to push buttons on the board. You can't just, uh, well, if things go well, you should be able to do an in-place update via CAN boot. If things don't go well, you have to gain access, which means you're digging into your you're having to pick things up and move it around and stuff. Basically, it's a pain in the butt. Yeah, I can tell that I have not shown her much love as far as doing updates. So folks, this is really all I had. I'm just sitting around. I did not have anything like planned today. Back up that. Okay, I don't know. Anyhow, I did not have anything major planned for today because I've I've been sick and I really wasn't planning on even streaming this. I figured half hour to an hour, and my throat would probably be telling me to shut up and go lay down again. Um, but that's it. Thank you for being here. Thank you guys for all the well wishes. Thank you for coming and hanging out with me a little bit today. I've missed you all. Um, I have missed you all. And yeah, I do need. Thank you, Bexy B. I do need to go and just rest and relax and stay up on my fluids. This has been just kicking me. Yep. And so I don't know who would even be on this early today. Let me see who might be on. Check that. See. Wood is up, running, doing carving. Like way cool wood for the win. He's up doing some carving. Way cool wood does a lot of whittling to just any type of woodworking project. Is Cruising Girl online? I don't think I may not be following Cruise. Is Oh, that's an. I was like looking at it, trying to figure out what it was. It's an outdoor pen. Thanks, Papa Bear. Um, yeah, I think we're gonna go back over to Way Cool. Don't think go over to Way Cool. Get our raid started. Um, like I said, thanks everybody for being here. Hey, Kit Skyfire, welcome on in. Um, sorry, I am calling it the stream early. Uh, I've been fighting COVID since Wednesday, and while I'm feeling better, I don't want to push my luck, and and really with my voice. So we're gonna get ready and head over to Way Cool Wood. So thank you everybody who was able to come in today. This is basically a proof of live stream to say hello. Uh, yeah, um, yeah, this is just a proof of live stream to say hello, let everybody know that I'm still alive. And oh, Haley Marie, yeah, I'm actually gonna come over and join your stream. You guys start. I I need to do some self care. I'm feeling a little bit better. I'm feeling a little bit more like part of the human race again. But yeah, it's definitely was hard the first. Thank you everybody for being here. I will see you guys hopefully Tuesday. I should be pretty good by then. We'll talk to you all later. Bye now. If you're watching this on YouTube, please feel free to like and subscribe. We're trying to get up to 1,000 subscribers. We got about 130 to go. So if you can, please like and subscribe to the channel. Click the bell to make sure that you get notified of new content. And YouTube should be suggesting a new video over here.